Another Hollywood celebrity is embroiled in what can be seen as a scandal. It is none other than one of the worst working actors in the industry right now, Jared Leto. But is he guilty or innocent? 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. If you want to support me in the work that I do, head on over to my new website, studiojakemedia.substack.com, where you can sign up, you can subscribe, read most of my articles for free, or you can unlock different tiers with a paid subscription. Due to the subject matter, viewer discretion is advised. I have been a very vocal critic of Jared Leto's acting abilities. I think he's a terrible actor. I don't think he did a good job in American Psycho or The Dallas Buyers Club, despite him winning an Oscar for the latter film. I think that he just can give off a creepy stare and has a weird voice, and so people somehow think that that's acting. What's worse is he can't even play himself. Like there are some actors who are just good at playing themselves, like Clint Eastwood or Jack Black or John Wayne, even though I have to admit I am kind of getting tired of Jack Black playing Jack Black in every movie he's in. That's not the point. The point is Jared Leto is finding himself into a lot of trouble. That is, he is being accused by multiple women of being inappropriate with them, and in some cases it looks like it could be a crime. And listen, before I discuss this topic, I want to emphasize and put a viewer discretion because I will be talking about things like assault and grooming and whatnot, so viewer discretion is advised. This article is from piratesandprincesses.net. Disney may have a problem on their hands regarding the star of the upcoming Tron Ares film, Jared Leto. The actor has been accused of misconduct by several women. A recent article from Airmail talks about interviews with 9 women who claim that Leto, 53, acted inappropriately towards them. Some of the women were underage at the time of their stories. Allegations range from walking out nude in front of a teen to exposing himself, making creepy phone calls, and asking explicitly charged questions to other underage or barely legal women. According to Airmail, allegations against Leto began last month after DJ and producer Ali Talese shared a 13-year-old Facebook status on Instagram. Last month, the Los Angeles-based DJ and music producer Ali reposted a 2012 Facebook status she had written to her Instagram stories. "You're not really in LA until Jared Leto tries to force himself on you backstage in a kilt and a snow hat." Talese was 17 at the time. You can read about those encounters via the Airmail article linked above. A representative for Leto's band 30 Seconds to Mars denies the allegations. Leto is refuting the accusations. All right, so then the article goes and talks more about the potential impact of Tron Ares on Disney. Needless to say, Disney did not need this news. They have been faced with bomb after bomb, and now another celebrity could take them down. You can read the rest of the article on piratesandprincesses.net. All right, so I want to emphasize that Jared Leto is innocent until proven guilty. None of these charges have gone to trial. They've not been filed in criminal court, nothing like that. But I will say this about Leto: he does not do himself any favors. It would be the same no matter who it is. Leto is kind of known as a weirdo and creep in Hollywood, and this was even prior to the allegations. For example, when he was filming Suicide Squad, Jared Leto, who put out the worst Joker performance I've ever seen in my lifetime, and for some reason Zack Snyder had him back for his completely finished Snyder cut of the Justice League, Jared Leto would send his co-stars used condoms, dead animals, and dead flowers. Completely gross behavior. It was like he was trying to one-up what Heath Ledger was doing. So Heath Ledger, to prepare for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight, he locked himself into a hotel room. He kind of method acted as the Joker and would read stories from the Joker, such as there's one graphic novel that's just simply called Joker. He read Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Earth, things like that to prepare for the role. Well, what Leto was trying to do was he was trying to do like what they call method acting, which is totally meaningless these days. Method acting used to mean that the actor takes on the personification of the character they're playing during the production. However, nowadays, method acted just means I'm going to be obnoxious to the cast and crew and I can get away with it because I'm saying I'm method acting. That's what it means. You're just acting, but you're acting all the time just to annoy people. I think it's completely just egotistical and narcissistic when I hear actors and actresses who claim that they do this. But anyway, back to Leto. He was sending freaky items to his cast members of Suicide Squad, and a lot of them were not happy with this. You can watch interviews where they were asked about it, and you can tell that they were very, very creeped out and didn't think it was funny at all, thought it was very, very creepy. And that's not to mention, during the COVID lockdowns, Jared Leto was off on this island. Man, these rich celebrities who would want you to, mask up and do the social distancing and also, get a jab that we don't actually know what was in and now is causing a lot of health problems. They didn't do any of that. They were off in their $1 million mansions partying, and Jared Leto was doing the same, except he got to do it on an island. Quote, quote, he was forced, quote, quote, to live on this island. And there were actually rumors that he had started a cult while he was there. And certainly photos from the incident definitely give off that vibe. He would wear long robes. He grew his hair out really long and he well trimmed his beard to make him look like some sort of messianic figure. It was very bizarre and weird, quite frankly, especially when you see in the pictures, most of the cult members were young women. Yeah, he did not do himself any favors ahead of these accusations. He did not put any sort of persona that you would go, no, I don't really believe that about him. Now, that does not mean he is guilty. That simply does not help him. Being a creep in real life does not help you when people say you're a creep. Certainly, some of the accusations aren't criminal. They're definitely inappropriate. But I will say, having this stuff to do with the underage women, yeah, he should go to jail for that. If he's guilty, I want to specify, if he is guilty, he should go to jail for trying to come on to underage girls, for exposing himself to underage girls. He should be locked up for that. That is creepy. He should be on some sort of list. It goes beyond just being a weirdo. That is pervert level stuff. And if he did this, allegedly, yes, he should be in jail with all the other losers who did the same thing, with all those other criminals. Chris Hansen should pay him a visit and he should go to jail and end up on some sort of registry. I hope that happens if he is guilty. But a lot of these celebrities, when they do crimes like this, they end up just getting paroled or put on temporary status. Remember Drake Bell's abuser, who was, known as the Pickle Man on Nickelodeon? I actually remember seeing him in a lot of stuff. He briefly went to jail, got registered, and then Disney hired him. So he was fired from Nickelodeon for abusing Drake Bell and possibly others. He goes to jail, he gets out, he's a registered sex offender, and then Disney hired him. It's absolutely mind blowing to me how sick Hollywood is. It's gross and it's disturbing. And if Jared Leto was involved in any sort of that level, he should not ever work again. He should never be in a movie again. His band should get a new front man and he should be locked up and the key should be thrown away. So that's what I wanted to say on the matter. I don't care if this hurts Disney or not, to be honest. I think that if they knew that this was going on, kind of like how they know the actor who plays Namor is being accused of all this, yet they hired him back, but they won't hire back people like Matthew Marsden or Gina Carano or James Wood or anyone like that because of their political beliefs. But no, they'll hire back criminals. We like to think that because of Me Too, these things have changed. But don't forget, Me Too became hyper weaponized against just guys existing. And when you can see that in things like the Gillette commercial or films like Women Talking or that miniseries they did about Justice Clarence Thomas, all of that, you can just see how insane and just brutal the industry can be, especially when it comes to children. They don't care. So, like I said, I hope these allegations, if they are true, that Jared Leto faces the full fist of Lady Justice and that he is locked up forever and put on some sort of registry. However, if he is innocent of these things and he's just a creepy weirdo, then I hope that he gets out and that he is able to defend himself properly in a court of law and with a jury of his peers. If you like that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment on what you think, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post new vidcasts, and consider becoming a channel member. Another great way to support the channel is to head on over to my new website, studiojakemedia.substack.com, where you can read most of my articles for free, or you can subscribe and it unlocks different tiers where you can do all kinds of cool things, including picking a topic for the website or for the vidcast. Also on that website is a conveniently titled section called Buy My Books. It has links where you can purchase one or all four of my books, including on Barnes & Noble, and they're all on Amazon. So pick up one or all four, leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.